Speaking of teams, other teams that Giants firing Brian Daboll. Was it the right time, and was it the right move given the fact that his job and job security was kind of tied to the success of Jaxson Dart working out? Jaxson Dart was Brian Daboll's guy. And, he was very, very forward about them getting him in the draft process. They got him. He's looked very good. The offense has been elevated with him. Now, they keep losing. That's one thing we have to take in consideration. The whole scope of it hasn't been great. But like I said, consider the quarterback play for a little bit. Really raw, underdeveloped Daniel Jones. And he was supposed to be the guy because what do you do with Josh Allen? You go do it with Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was not ready to step into the spotlight when he came out of Duke. I think that part was clear that a lot of people were very skeptical about him being that picked that high to even begin with. You got him, you got Tommy DeVito, you got Drew Lock, you got washed up Russell Wilson. Jaxson Dart comes in and is balling out with no Malik Nabers, not really shit else for a wide receiver. Tight end Theo Johnson's all right, but he's not doing much. And then Cam Skattebo gets hurt after a couple games, and he's running with Tyrone Tracy and Singletary in the backfield. And it's not like he's got a world beater offensive line, but that offense looks rejuvenated. It looks much better. And like I said, the injuries can be an excuse if you want them to be. Then look at Kyle Shanahan, what he's doing with the 49ers with all those injuries. There is levels. I don't know, Iman, what are your thoughts on Daboll getting fired? Was it the right move at the right time?
It wasn't the right time because it should have been happened. So they're a couple days late for real. Brian Daboll is overrated. And granted, he had this run with Josh Allen in Buffalo. But first of all, he should be fired because he's mishandling your franchise guy. Like, why do you keep running? All right, I could get with calling a pass play and he uses his feet to escape, some pressure. You're calling quarterback traps with Jaxson Dart like he's Cam Newton or something, like he's Lamar, and he's already been banged up all year. He got hurt on a quarterback trap, Austin.
That's a problem.
That's a big problem when you're up. You have running backs to run the football. When I'm up, I'm handing my running back the football because we got to protect this guy. Like, we got to protect this guy. They said this is like his 4th concussion protocol this year. Come on. That's liability and that's negligence on the head coach. I don't care what nobody say, especially when you're an offensive head coach. He should have been fired first and foremost. He's supposed to be this quarterback whisperer. Why did he bring Russell Wilson over? Russell Wilson looks terrible. Even when he gets in the game, I'm like, oh, shit, the game over. Russell Wilson. I've never seen a quarterback who's a Hall of Famer fall off so bad. He looks bad. But guess who brought him over and paid him? Brian Daboll.
Well, that's the other thing we should talk about is their GM, Joe Schoen, which a lot of people, Giants fans, are clamoring like, hey, we got rid of Daboll, but I think the bigger problem is still in the organization. So, a lot of Giants fans are not happy with the level of the GM work. They don't think they've given Brian Daboll enough to really work with.
He's had enough. He's had Saquon.
He inherited Saquon. Yes, I don't know. I was just reading through Giants Twitter, and they're very pissed at the GM and what the GM has given them on offense. And again, there's a lot of. I think there are some appropriate copes. I personally think that. What did we say earlier? We had talked about Brian Daboll's security is going to rely on the success of Jaxson Dart and what he does for the offense, and it's working. It's getting better without Nabers, without Skattebo. It's still looking way better than it was. And so that should have been okay, maybe we have something here. We got the coach, the quarterback he asked for in the draft. We got him it. We're going to tie his job security to it. And it's looking rejuvenated despite not having our 2 best skill players available for us to use. And for me, it's okay, I get that Brian Daboll's on the hot seat. It's very much due. He's 26th in EPA over a 4-year span, an offensive EPA per drive in a 4-year span. That is bad. But also consider, again, like I said, some of the quarterback play he's had. Andrew Thomas, star left tackle, has been hurt. Malik Nabers only came into the picture last year, but who was their receivers otherwise? Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton, pretty much. So, it's not like they've had all-world receivers for a developing Daniel Jones or Tommy DeVito to throw the ball to. What coach is going to go out there and be a great coach and have a great product when raw Daniel Jones is your QB1 and then Tommy DeVito and then Drew Lock it's not like he's done it, like had anywhere near a Josh Allen like caliber of talent to work with. And so I think, yes, the hot seat is justified. He was probably going to get fired anyways, but and yeah, there's definitely been some problems. He reminds me of Matt LaFleur in a little bit of like, this guy's great on the chalkboards. There's a lot of excuses why things aren't working, why we can't get over the hump. And then the play calling is just like not what it needs to be. Like, and like you said, with the recent thing with Dart getting hurt again, who, yeah, he comes out of the game and it's just another game that they blow with not the starting quarterback and they blow the game. So
no instinct, Austin, no instinct. He has no instinct as a play caller, and that's bad. And I've had them sheets in my hand calling high school games, so I understand how people don't think it's hard, but it's really hard because you can have your script, but at some point they make adjustments, so you got to have some instincts. But I'm just telling you, you cannot put your franchise quarterback in harm's way. And I'm telling you, it's going to get coaches fired. RG3 was put in harm's way. Jaden Daniels been put in harm's way. You can see what Baltimore has done with Lamar, developing him in the pocket, because we just can't keep putting him in harm's way. You have to get fired when you had a game won, but you put your quarterback in harm, and you know he's like fearless. So I love Jaxson Dart because somehow, some way, I think he thinks he's 6'5", 220 for some odd reason. Like, he doesn't even know how to slide out the way, but yeah, Brian, listen, he's going to be a guy you can bring in Green Bay. He's going to have some offers to come in as an offensive coordinator. But listen to this. Another thing, guess who might be coming up? Mr. Lane Kiffin, Mr. Steve Sarkisian. Now, what would be better than Lane Kiffin coming to coaching a guy he had in college for 30 games? Maybe they're going for that.
And that's what I think is honestly going to happen is Brian Daboll is going to go be an OC for 2 years. It's going to go well. He might not be the play caller, but I think he's going to go be an OC. It's going to turn his career around. And then he's going to go right back to another head coaching job with a more competent GM, a quarterback, or maybe, I don't know what it'll be, but it'll just be a more competent situation, I believe, than what the Giants got going. I mean, a lot of Giants fans are not happy with what's going on upstairs, right? In the front offices. So they still have more underlying problems than just Brian Daboll. And the last thing I'll say on it again is I just think the timing, now that we're seeing the Jaxson Dart thing kind of work, I think the timing is just like, you should just give it to the end of the season. Like, what does it do for you in the middle of the season to fire Brian Daboll, seeing that the Jaxson Dart thing is going much better? I think you should just wait to the end of the season. Like, if his job was going to be tied to Jaxson Dart's success and the offense looking better with him, well, it has. And Dart's looking like, okay, we got the guy, which is what Brian Daboll asked for. And so it's like, for him to get fired a couple games into, and I get everything. I understand it's not been good, but what does it do your team now? Rather than like, okay, maybe we play this out the rest of the season. If it keeps looking good, we have something to work with. We got Nabers coming back. We got Skattebo coming back. We're going to get a top pick in the draft and not need a quarterback. The Giants are probably going to be sitting at a top 7 pick, and they're going to have zero pressure to take a quarterback. They're going to go get the best guy to help take that team to another level. And they're going to have the quarterback, they're going to have the running back, they're going to have the receiver, they're going to have the left tackle on offense. They're going to have a lot of solid defensive players as well. So I don't know.
Got to pull that Band-Aid off, Austin. You got to pull the Band-Aid off, and you get more time to go out here and find your next coach. You got time now.
And I think they should have got rid of Schoen at the same time. Then they should have fired GM at the same time, if that's what we're doing. I mean, I don't know. That's just where I'm at with it. I think it was inevitable, but I would have just, at this point, just gone the rest of the season. I don't know. It's Giants got a little bit of organizational stuff that they're clearly working through, and they need to get it figured out.